those who have the nature compassion. I offer palaces resounding with melodious hands, exquisitely illuminated by the hanging pearls and gems that adorn the infinite speech. So we are discussing about offering, so because we visualize the holy objects and we are making offering. So the commentary here is offer as well to those whose nature is compassion. The earth set forth is a lovely way, made with incense powder, strand with lovely blooms of loose flowers upon their earth, offer great mansions, palaces, and within these palaces, goddesses singing out lovely songs of the praise. See the mansions decked out in a string of thousands of jewels, pearls, and precious gems, and see these great edifices adorning the sky itself, blazing in display of limitless light. This is the commentary. Are you guys boring? Read this first and then I will give my talk better. Then verse 19, eternally shall I offer to all the Buddhas jewel umbrella with golden handle and exquisite ornaments embellished to the rims, standing erect and their shapes beautiful to behold. So this is the commentary here. Constantly offered to the Lords, the Buddha, so Lords in the enlightened Buddha. And once lovely parasols made of whole variety of precious substances. Imagine that they have golden handles and that around the edge they are covered with a lovely adornment that look like jewelry stuffed with great many precious gems. In your mind stand the parasols up, raise them, and think of their excellent outline, exquisite to the eyes. So then next number 20 is, in addition, may a mass of offerings resounding with sweet, pleasing music like clouds that appease the misery of all, each remaining for as long as necessary. This commentary. The next of the whole mass of offering beyond this, those you have already offered, think of lovely music, songs, and sounds of the clay drum and others. Think to yourself, may each one of them be there, may each of them come in a separate mass and cloud of offering, and may each of them have the power to remove the pain of every living being and to satisfy them, completely fill them. Even all they do is catch the fount for the movement. And next verse, verse 21, and may a continual rain of flowers and precious gems descend upon the reliquaries and the statues and upon all the jewels of the Dharma. So this is the commentary. And now to think yourself, may a great rain of offering fall and never-ending stream for as long as the cycle of suffering itself continue to exist. May there be rain of precious gems and flowers and other such offering up upon each and every expression of the jewels of the Holy Dharma, which is itself includes all 12 divisions of the highest form of the spoken words, and may the rain fall as well upon those places where the holy mind of the enlightened one is stayed on the offering shrines, which have at their hearts the relics and that come from this being, and may it finally fall upon the bodily representation of these same beings, whether they are drawn on paper or in any other form, statues or whatever, So verse 22, in the same way, and Manju Gosha and others have made offering to the concourse, similarly to the bestowed upon the Tadakaras, the protectors, their children and all. So commentaries here, secondly, in unsurpassably offering, and may I be like this named gentle voice Manjushri, with the wisdom, an excellent one, Samandabara. So Samandabara is Bodhisattva, special for offering, and all the other Bodhisattvas who have gained the power, those who feel the entire expense of their speech with offering emanated in their thoughts, and present them to the victor. May I, like them, make the same offering to all those who have gone that way, to the protector of God and man and their sons and daughters as well. Verse 23, the glorify the ocean of excellence with the limitless voices of the harmonious press. May these clouds of gently eulogy constantly ascend of their presence. So this is the lost the comment. So this is kind of like making a sound offering. So this is the we finish this commentary, and let us talk about now because chapter number 2 is for purifying, right? So purifying, especially try to purify our mind. So therefore, because making offering is one part, contribute to purify our mind. Because of this, we are discussing about offering to the holy object. And so now I want to talk about this one. This is very developing strength by utilizing the context. This is developing strength by utilizing the context. So this has 7 points. Okay. Number 1 is the time for utilizing the context, and number 2 is utilizing thoughts, and number 3 is utilizing emotions, our afflictive emotions, and all the different types of like emotion, anger, pride, so on. And number 4 is utilizing gods and demons. And number 5 is utilizing suffering. And number 6 is utilizing sickness. And number 7 is utilizing the process of dying. So this is very good. Many Tibetan masters, said if you practice this 7 point, you will be able to transform your daily emotions and daily thoughts and all your suffering, sickness transform to your meditation practice. So therefore, we will discuss this one. The number 1 is time for utilizing the context. So last week we discussed about it. We discussed about during meditation and the post meditation. We cannot separate, right? So meditation. So what we are meditating is we are meditating on the nature of the mind, right? And when you finish meditation in the postponed meditation period, so you must sustain your practice of realizing your nature of mind, and you will carry this when you do daily activities, right? So therefore, when you practice meditation on the nature of the mind, right? So you are recognizing this natural state of mind, and so when you experience you will sustain this meditation when you do your daily activities. So therefore, if these two, your meditation and post meditation is not strong enough, right? And then when you go to do daily activities, you may lose your practice. And when you lose practice means you may thinking on this mistaken self, something, when anger arises in clinging, and when some sadness, experience your thinking, So that means your practice of this meditation is not strong enough. So therefore, you need to strengthen and you need to make more steady these two, meditation and the post-meditation period. So you need to make more, how can I say, you can make more steady, make more firm. So you need to put effort. So therefore, in order to do this, you need to utilize time for utilizing the contact. So when time for utilizing the contact means when you are having difficult times and when you experience some mental problem, then if you are able to sustain this natural state of mind, no problem, right? But if you are still suffering, that means no time for utilizing this practice. So time for utilizing practice, so you need first utilize the contact. So generally speaking, Tibetan masters are speaking, there are three categories of contact. Elaboration is elaboration, and number 1, 2 is unelaboration contact. Number 3, extremely unelaborated contact. So number 1, when we talk about elaboration contact, which means not making conflict with other practice. For example, like sometimes we make conflict with other practice, right? You may say I'm practicing Mahayana and practicing, but Hinayana practice are not necessarily I'm Mahayana So this kind of, you are making contradiction, So it means, number one, elaboration contact means not conflicting with other practice, Keep your practice, Your main practice is to sustain this natural state of mind, to keep realizing this nature of the state of mind, but not conflict with other, practice. And number unelaborated content, which means this is not this is not how can I say this, number one is means you are not trying to fit this contact with your practice, If you are practicing, try to fit that any kind of religious or any spiritual which help you to develop, try to fit in this contact, not saying, not rejecting, So, and then we have extremely unelaborated contact, which means then you are ready to do some practice, ready to do some retreat or go to some quiet place, because now you have strong enough to meditate. So therefore, many Tibetan great masters say we have, for example, like a great master Gompa, with the Mahamudra and the Kagyu, great master. He said we must practice these 5 contact. Number one contact is like he explained contact is something like like wounded deer, wounded deer, and not wounded deer, being like wounded deer contact is not attached to the worldly something like that. And number 2 contact is something like loin like contact. You are not afraid to do whatever you have, because lion is the king of the animals, not afraid for anybody, So he is the boss, So you are not afraid, but means you have determination, determination, and to practice, to carry this, you will not lose, discourages, strong enough mind, right? And the contact, number 3 contact is contact being like, being like wind contact. So wind blowing, like this, and wind contact means you are not attachment whatsoever, and being like being like space contact, you're not relying on whatsoever. I can do this, kind of like building, I can do this practice, but you have all the information first, and now you are ready to practice. So kind of like building up, I can do this, not relying on I will carry this, until I achieve my goal, kind of like not relying on whatsoever, building up strong, determination to achieve. And number 5 contact is, it's called the madman-like contact. So it means you are free from, free from anything, madman, doesn't matter whatever people say, like that, doesn't matter, you're free from outwardly dharmas. So if you are able to practice this 5 contact, then you will utilize, and all your daily practice you will carry with this natural state of mind. So you are able to, whatever, contact, whatever you do, you will transform to the natural state of mind, isn't it? So this is what we call the time for the utilizing the contact, isn't it? And number two is the utilizing thoughts. The utilizing thoughts, isn't it? Now the utilizing thought means because now we so long mind exists for ordinary people, thought, all different kinds of thoughts, good, bad, negative, positive, constantly thought arises in our mind. So therefore, no matter what kind of thought, whether thought good or bad, no matter what kind of thought arises, try to fabricate it with this natural state of mind, fabricate what kind of thought arises, doesn't matter, try to fabricate it thought with this natural state of mind. So this does not mean one should concentrate, on the thought while you are applying remedy, okay? And also does not mean you should analyze the thought's identity, and try to establish this identity of the thought. No, it does not mean you should chase the thought while you're maintaining with the mindfulness. It simply really means just recognize the nature of the thought and transform into your practice of meditation. So that means just recognize the thought and transform your thought into your meditation practice. It means that you're not regarding thought as a fault, not deliberately suppress the thought, and not changing the thought, just suspend with this vivid, clear, naked mind, Thus, you will not, then if you are able to do like this, right, then no matter what kind of thought arises, you will do not conform or, you will do not conform or accept it, do not reject it or, accept it, or do not correct your thought, rather suspend your thought with this vivid, just looking the nature of the thought and try to not change the thought. Because usually what happens is when thought arises, then we change the thought. So that's why when thought arises, we try to deliberately try to make thought stronger, stronger. Then if we do something like this, we will not see the nature of the thought. Because if you see the nature of the thought, you will not regard thought as a fault, not deliberately suppress the thought, and then also you are not changing the thought, just suspend with this vivid, clear nature of the mind. Thus, no matter what thought arises, you will not conform, not reject, not accept it, and transform into your meditation practice. So this is what we call utilizing the thought. Utilizing thought. This is the meaning of utilizing the thought. Utilizing the emotions. So when we talk about emotions, here we are talking about five types of emotions: anger, attachment, dullness, pride, and competition. These 5 emotions. So these five emotions usually disturb our mind, So when these emotions arise, we try to make our emotions stronger and stronger, Instead of looking the nature of the emotions, but we are 100% involved with the emotions. Instead of, we are not looking the nature of the emotions. Anger arises, we are not looking the nature of anger. Attachment arises, we are not looking at the nature of attachment. Instead, we invite all these emotions within our mind, and then thus we are unable to recognize this nature of the mind, isn't it? So the utilizing the emotions means, so when emotion arises, when anger arises, then you have to think about the nature of the anger, Nature of the anger is anti-binary resistance, not independence, If you think about independence, it's not depending on other, The nature, when you think about the nature of anger, you are thinking about what's the nature of anger. Then you are thinking about anger arises because of the dependent arising, It depends on it is not independence, because it comes from cause, cause and condition. Therefore, it is not independence. So you are looking from the nature of this, nature of the anger, and then you will, instead of involving, you will suspend these emotions and transform it into your meditation practice. So, any kinds of emotions, when emotion arise, so you should not involve and you should not chase the emotions. Instead, you look at the nature of the emotions. What is the nature of anger? What is the nature of attachment? So when you look at the nature, the anger is not destructive, Anger itself is destructive emotions, but nature of anger is not destructive emotions. Nature of anger is not destructive emotions, is right? Do you understand what I'm saying? Nature of emotion is, anger is not destructive emotions. Anger is destructive emotions. So when anger arises, so you involve with the anger, then that means you're not looking the nature of the anger, because involving with this emotions will strengthen and build more stronger and stronger. Eventually, it will, destroy your nature of the mind. So destroy to see, to recognize this nature of the mind. So you're inviting all these emotions within our mind. So instead of inviting, you should not just suspend, just let him go and transform into your meditation practice. So no matter what emotion arises, then you will transform into the meditation practice. So this is what we call utilizing the emotions. Now utilizing the gods and demons. So it means what happens? You're a magician. Magician create you some fearful. When they play magic with a trick, you may get frightened. You want magic disappear, you may remember all this in your you want remember more fear after magic trick finish, right? But this is an illusion. It's not real true, right? Magician there and magician, because of his magic create all this fearful and you frightened. But this is not real true, right? Because he's just man. I remember one time in India, magician chased me in India. He wants to change the money, in Bangalore, He asking me changing the money, I don't want to change the money, but he's following me all the time, and I change, $200, something like that. So I gave him money, $200. So he gave me, the money in my hand. But as soon as he's gone, money disappeared. The magician did like illusion, like when the magician came, like kind of like fearful, you're frightened, But actually there's nothing, like it's just because it's illusion. So similarly, this kind of like we often talk about demons or gods or whatever, we talk about like, but in actually, if you practice, you can all this fear transform into your practice of meditation practice, like, God or demons or whatever fearful, you can suspend and not involve, just rather, suspend your nature of the mind and not conforming, not involving, but with this with the natural state of mind. So this is utilizing God and utilizing suffering, isn't it? So utilizing suffering is, in the from Buddhist perspective, everything is all phenomena, nature of suffering. So all our samsara pleasure, the body is grounded by the nature of suffering. So it will not last long, It's not kind of like lasting peace. If the grounded is very good, so more you experience the pleasure, it will give further and further pleasure. For example, like if you are cold, sit on the sun, maybe 1 hour hot, you have to come back. But before you're cold, and going outside give you pleasure. But if you stay long, it will cause you more suffering. And if you come back, and you sit on the room, it's very cold, and you want to go outside. If you stay too long, you also suffer. So these are kind of like samsara, Samsara pleasure is, bottom line is, it is nature of suffering, so it will change. It is nature is no good. So therefore, when we think, when suffering arises, mental and physical suffering, so then you have to think about the nature of samsara, nature of samsara, and meditate on the impermanence and transform into your meditation practice. So this is utilizing suffering. And then utilizing sickness. So when we become sick, sickness is not only mentally sick, with physical, two kinds of sickness. Mentally sick, physical sickness. So physical sickness is, mentally sick, so you have mental problem, because depression or whatever, all those sickness. So what happens is when something sickness, I'm sick. So if you analyze, then there's always ego. I am sick because this ego, bringing. And if you are thinking about when you become sickness and we try to use this sickness to your practice for meditation practice and practice Tonglen, giving and taking meditation, and thinking more positive, and not only thinking about sickness, but using this sickness to your practice of meditation, instead of thinking I'm sick, but you are thinking about karma, thinking about practicing giving and taking meditations and things like that. So then your sickness transforms into the meditation practice, isn't it? So utilizing utilizing process of dying. So it means when process of dying, so we have process of dying with the dissolution. So when we are when we are dying, then dissolution. So eight dissolution, and so a dissolution of first dissolve all this gross object, right? 25 gross object, 5 aggregates, and then when this dissolves, then all 4 elements dissolve, right? And then dissolution of the wide appearance dissolution, so it's dissolving. There's a kind of like conceptual mind there, and red increasing dissolution. So generally speaking, we could chew Dechen column, Tibetan. Here is the bliss of the white stone. So there's a knot here, knot. So here is the bliss of white drop, chew Dechen column. So when process of dying, so this white knot open, and then drop comes down on top of the heart. So that's white appearance. Now the red drop comes from the sexual organ. So then process of dying, so you open this knot, and then drop comes bottom of the heart. And then a red increasing mind. And then this red and white drop comes together at the heart, isn't it? So it means black near attainment. Black near attainment. And black near attainment, then like black, nothing, unconscious. And then clear like mind. And then go to the intermediate state. So when manifesting, this is the process of dying, isn't it? So it means when we process of dying, so we are utilizing the process of dying with your practice. So with your practice means try to utilize this, we call Maya vessel, means mother clear light. It's natural. Everyone has mother clear light. Pure vessel means child clear light. It comes from your daily practice. When you are practicing, so Maya vessel means mother clear light. Pure vessel means child clear light. So if you are able to, transform your mother clear light with the child clear light, then it's spiritual path. Then your process of dying is not ordinary death, you know what I mean? So not ordinary death, because you are able to transform your natural clear light, mother clear light, death with this child spiritual clear light. So that means your death is not ordinary death, for example. So in generally speaking, there are three levels of practitioner, according to Tantra, higher yoga Tantra. Number one is people who practice meditation of emptiness with this dissolution and this natural state of mind, right? And when they are dying, they are unable to achieve enlightenment in this lifetime. So therefore, they will die with this not achieving enlightenment in this lifetime. So they will die with the, due to the force of karma. But you are able to transform this mother clear light to the spiritual child clear light. Therefore, you are able to transform your body into the real illusory body. Illusory body. Real is coming from the And then second practitioner, right, unable to transform this mother clear light to the spiritual clear light, but this second practitioner can transform this clear light into the form of the path, which is imagine this illusory body, not real, and you are able to process of go to the intermediate state, and due to the power of compassion, wishing, mindfulness, you will take rebirth. And then the third person, not completely, how can I say, not able to realize this completely spiritual path, but due to kind of like mindfulness, with some kind of spiritual manifesting, whatever you do in your daily practice. For example, like Yamantaka, somebody reciting, then spiritual manifest with this mindfulness, and you will go to the intermediate state and take rebirth. So, and then ordinary, then people who have no idea about all these three, levels of the practitioner, all are meditation on emptiness of inherent existence, nature of the mind. They are seeking, all these three practitioners. So ordinary people, then, if you have no idea about, about this emptiness and the dissolution of clear light, then ordinary death, So then, like ordinary death, and then go to the intermediate state, and then confusions and things like that. So the process of dying, utilizing the process of dying means transforming your dying into the spiritual path. Try to utilizing your mother care light, and try to combine with the spiritual child clear light, with understanding of the emptiness, empty of inherent existence, understanding of the emptiness of the, four empty, and four joys coming from this dissolution. Empty, four empty and four joys, and clear light, and then by meditating with this nature of the mind, then utilizing process of dying. So these are the we call the developing the strength by utilizing the contact. So very important for time for utilizing the contact, utilizing thoughts, utilizing emotions, utilizing ghosts and demons, utilizing suffering, utilizing sickness, utilizing process of dying. So what happens is, because of grasping, so this grasping and dissatisfaction, so are the generating all the thoughts, what Subandhu said in his treasure of knowledge, lack of satisfaction is some wanting than what you already have, right? Great desire is wanting that you don't have. So it means that, because when everyone have great desire to achieve something, but most times we won't achieve all these goals. Sometimes we achieve some kind of goals. So once we achieve this kind of desire or spiritual practice, and we want more and more and more, we are hungry about dissatisfaction about your practice. I mean, like this is not bad. If you are hungry about the spiritual practice, it's good, right? It's nothing wrong. Dissatisfaction can be good, can be bad. Dissatisfaction here is talking about dissatisfaction. You wanting more and more, just grasping, and wanting better, and you want, more. You never satisfied something more and more. Then this will cause more thoughts and think about, and then this will also cause all these emotions, anger. If you don't get what you want, you get angry, and all these disturbing emotions. So therefore, it means when we should not thought, utilizing thoughts is very important. You should, because most people like, Dilbhachandra just said, very good example. If you have a stick, right, straight dog coming, right, you hit the stick to the dog. What happens? More you hit, dog will chase you more, right? If you stick one and go on, good. But if you hit one to this stray dog, will get more angry, right? And hit two, getting worse and worse. This is similar, like when thought arises, we chase the thought, like that, the man with a stick, he's beating this dog, getting worse and worse. You know what I mean? If you hit one go, no problem, But if you are constantly, using this stick, he will be very aggressive and angry. This means like you're chasing the thought. So we should not chase the thought. Instead of chasing the thought, just remain suspend and try to see simply, try to see the nature of the thought. Do not suppress, do not change, do not regard as a fault, doesn't matter, do not conform, do not accept it, do not reject it, just suspend with this naked, natural state of mind. And then you will transform all your thoughts into your meditation practices. So these are very important teaching from the great masters of the Tibetans. Thank you.